Welcome and bienvenue and welcome to 100 Things We Learned from Film podcast, the podcast that moves in next door with his handman friend Billy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. It's 1985 for God's sake.
Right.
I'm one of your hosts. My name's Planty, and I'm so cool, Brewster.
Man, that was a long one this week, big
There was a
man.
lot, wasn't it? There was a lot going on there,
was,
wasn't there? It's 1985, man. Get with it.
And I'm the other guy. I am the guy that needs to ask, is that wine you're drinking, Planty?
I never drink wine. I hoped you might ask me that, actually. My favourite of all the Dracula quotes in the world. I never drink wine. Says the man that drank 2 bottles last night because he was off today. This week we are welcoming Core, a right pair, an award-winning writer man, an auteur-directing bloke. Separate, well, they're pretty bloody good, but together they form a writing, directing, producing powerhouse. And I'm not smart enough to make a portmanteau of their name. It's Peter Hearn and Geoff Harmer. Gentlemen.
Hello.
Evening.
Hiya. Welcome, gents, to possibly the worst decision that you've made in quite some time.
I don't know about that.
No, yeah.
Oh,
Are you well?
yeah, good.
mate.
Yeah, all right.
Fantastic. Yeah, great. Listeners, we had a little bit of a warm-up earlier on, and we've done a 30-minute or so video where I've asked the gentlemen a few questions about their work. You're going to get that on our YouTube, so go to 100 Things We Learned from Film YouTube. It's available now, and you can sit and listen to them talk about indie filmmaking at its best, and I just sit there going, "This is real films. It's really good." So that's great fun, gentlemen. We were put in touch with yourselves from Candice, who we had on talking about Sister Act, and she said you've got to speak to them. They're so good. They're really good. They know loads about films, and they're going to be fantastic. I've absolutely no idea why she's from Sunderland all of a sudden. It's going to be great. They're going to be great. Get them on. They're going to be fantastic fun. So we then went through the longest list of films anyone's ever given to me to pick a film, and I sent them to John, and John, you looked at one and you went, "I've been trying to get you to do that since bloody week 3. So let's do that one."
It was Sister Act 2. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
We are indeed back in the habit this
Yes.
week. And I think, Peter, this was probably one that you're a bit obsessed with. Is that right?
I don't know.
For those watching on video.
I've no idea. No, I really like this film. I've liked it for years, ever since probably the late 80s. I was too young to see it. But my brother owned or I assumed he owned it. I don't know, until last night I found out he didn't own it. But he had a big box VHS of it, and he literally had like 2 or 3 VHSs. One was Big Top Pee Wee, another was Fright Night, and I was taken by the cover, which I think probably a lot of people kind of the VHS era were, but I don't think I saw it for years after that. I just remember the cover, but yeah, I found out last night that it wasn't his video. He stole it from his ex-girlfriend's brother or something like that. So
fantastic.
And he's still got it. So there you go.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's funny you should mention the cover and the posters and things, because every now and again Rachel will be scrolling through whatever streaming service we're looking at, and it will have it's Shudder usually, and it has the original posters on Shudder a lot of the time. And all of a sudden, I'm jolted back to being 6 to maybe 10, and seeing a poster going, "I really want to see that, but I know my dad isn't going to let me get that because he's the one that's going to have to make sure I get back to sleep at night," kind of thing. So
it was a poster for me because I always remember walking in the corner shop. They had the cutter for the meat slicing away. They had everything, but they had a wee videos bit aside, but it was Fright Night. The poster with the teeth was amazing, but it also had Highlander, so 2 of them stick in my head because they're such cracking posters.
Geoff, your relationship with Fright Night?
I used to work in a video shop.
Wow.
So yeah, and and it was quite rented out quite regularly. And I remember there was a woman that I used to work with, Helen, who Pete knows. And she was a massive fan of vampires in general, but particularly Fright Night and Fright Night 2. So she used to talk a lot about them, particularly some of the actors in them. And we even tried to make our own vampire film. And I've got about 15 minutes worth of footage from it, but we never finished it. Yeah, so that was kind of how I got into it, mostly because of her. She got said, "You've got to watch this, Geoff." And, all right. Yeah, that's how I got into it.
Fantastic. Right, okay. Well, we're the podcast that tries to learn 100 things from every film that we talk about. We're going to go through the film. We're going to do all the bits and pieces, and we've all come up with a list of things that we think we've learned from it. Some of them will be facts. Some of them will be tenuous at best. That's
a lot of questions.
I'm looking at you, John.
I've got a lot of questions.
But we will try and do so. If you like what we do, you can give us a quid at patreon.com/100thingsfilm, or you can go and follow us and do all that kind of bit and piece. And we've got a big list of places that we're at on the internet at 100thingswelearnfromfilm.co.uk, and that will take you to that. Gentlemen, would you like to get us started? Do you have a fact to kick us off with, each of you, before we start talking about the film?
Which one should I go for? I've got too many.
Okay, go on, Pete. You can go first.
Yeah, you go.
All right, I've got one. The makeup, the smile.
Yeah.
Is it Steve Johnson who did that? Yeah. Sort of did Ghostbusters and stuff. From what I've read, apparently that was wasn't that was a little bit last minute that he created that. And he didn't realize, he just thought it would be for very quick shots and stuff. So he didn't really spend an awful lot of time working on it. And then it ended up being like the poster and the selling point. And he didn't realize he would have probably spent a bit more time working on it if he'd realized that it was going to be such a prominent part of the of selling the film and all the rest of it. But it was from what I've read, it was quite a rush job.
Yeah, it was actually Randall Cook that did that.
Oh, that's right.
But Steve Johnson was high on cocaine at the time and probably said that it was him.
It was the 80s, man. Different time.
But I'm gonna jump in with probably the reason that I really like this film is because it is basically Rear Window with vampires, which was part of the kind of pitch that Tom Holland had for it. That kind of the boy who cried wolf kind of thing, but definitely Rear Window, and any kind of Rear Window-esque film. I have a little soft spot for, apart from the one that's got Shia LaBeouf in, which is terrible.
Disturbia, ladies and gentlemen at home, Disturbia.
Yeah. That one I didn't like, but most of them I do like. So
I'm going to argue this film would be better if it was Jimmy Stewart living next to it. There could be any number of things for the wife disappearing. Vampires is the least part.
Yeah.
I don't do a Jimmy Stewart unless it's Christmas.
No.
Fantastic. Right, okay, let's get started. So this Columbia Pictures, I think we might have done into the ground for facts. It cost between $7 and $9 million, depending on where you look, and it made $25 million. So you can't argue with that, can you?
Yeah.
No.
And we had Vistar Films, the first time we've seen that. Production company founded by Herb Jaffe, but it doesn't tell me when they
Al Jaffe? That's not surely not the bloke that created
Herb.
Mad Magazine.
It's the Herb.
Not Al.
Directed by Tom Holland. No, not that one. You've seen most of his stuff though, gentlemen. Writer, director. Is this his best?
Where was his first? I mean, that's one that he did.
Well, as writer director, anyway, he certainly wrote a lot of stuff, didn't he?
Yeah. So he did this because of Michael Winner.
Blind
dinner. Jesus.
he'd done a film with. He'd written a film for Michael Winner.
Please be Death Wish 3. Please be Death Wish 3.
It wasn't.
Dirty
It was-
Dirty Weekends.
Oh no! Video show.
What a classic
Would
that
you like-
is.
so he wrote a film called Cry for Help,
Right.
which made him want to write and direct his own work after that because
Made him want to never have to work with Michael Winner.
well, pretty much. I think it was because Michael Winner had got into the habit of liking getting rid of as much dialogue as possible to the point of it just making no sense whatsoever. But Tom Holland went, you know what? I think I could do better myself. And it's going to end up being me just talking all the time, isn't it?
It makes a change from it being me, so that's good.
But Chris Sarandon had also worked with Michael Winner on The Sentinel, and by all accounts hated working with Michael Winner. So when this script came across his desk initially, it was, I don't want to do another horror film because that one that I did with Michael Winner was dreadful. So they kind of, they both had Michael Winner to thank for this film.
This podcast is a really odd Venn diagram of Michael Winner references, doesn't it? Like we've done more Michael Winner films than we really should have done.
Maybe you need to do, like a meal that he might have sat down and eaten and talked about.
Calm down, dear. It's just a pudding.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
Child's Play for me, by the way, for Tom Holland.
Child's Play is brilliant, isn't it? Class of '84 he wrote, which is very good.
He did.
Through Thin Air, which is terrible, but eclipsed, of course, by the atrocious The Langoliers.
Oh,
man, that is such a bad movie.
I really like Cloak and Dagger, which was the one that he was working on when he wrote Fright Night, and is basically a kids Hitchcock film.
Yes.
Massive fan of that.
I would argue Tom Holland should be calling you guys and asking how to make a good film on a plane. Langoliers is not, but Dead Air, of course, your movie is. There you go.
Thank you.
Jeez, Dad. Jeez, I see Jeez, Dad. Like, what the hell?
That was the first thing you said. I was like, John, don't go banging on about James Dan out in between.
I said just the ones.
He won 2 Saturn Awards for this: Best Writing and Best Director, which is pretty good. He also won a Dario Argento Award, but that was for sexualising his underage daughter in a film. So I assume they're all for that, aren't they? The Argento Awards. We open with a TV show which airs schlocky old vampire movies. Peter Vincent, 2 first-name wanker, is the star. I'm Peter Vincent, vampire killer. Did you spot what was wrong about how he was holding this stake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Back to front.
It was brilliant, and of course it was purposeful. But I loved that.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that.
And you know, I mean, it's quite an obvious one why he's called Peter Vincent.
Yes, it's Vincent Price and Peter Lorre, obviously. I couldn't think of a Vincent there that would have been completely different there. But no, it's great. It's a really good kind of use of the names, and it looks so brilliantly Hammer. This doesn't it? The thing.
It's always a good look.
And apparently, the guy that played Jonathan was one of Tom Holland's kind of really good mates.
Oh,
and
right.
so when he said, I'm directing this, he got his mate to come down and be one of these characters. But I think his friend, I can't remember his name now, but he was like, can you just almost audition me because I don't want to be crap on screen in your film. So
And he went, it doesn't matter because you're playing somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Film.
Yeah.
Peter Vincent hosts the show as well. It's kind of like Elvira, but without the
breasts.
Your lads from Right Said Fred.
The phantasms.
The phantasms. Nice. Roddy McDowell, of course. You know him. He was a damn dirty ape.
Record breakers. Oh no. Raglan.
He filmed a lot of his Peter
Oh,
Vincent
it's
TV
Roy
host
Castle.
segments alone. Why would you get? Does he look like Roy Castle? A little bit.
There was that one where they're on the train telling the stories. For ages, I kept thinking,
Oh, the
Ronnie
Horror
McDowell.
Express. or
Aye,
whatever it's
Ronnie
called. I
McDowell. And
bloody
then
love
somebody's
that
like,
movie.
no, it's Roy Castle. I'm like,
I love
oh,
that
shit,
movie.
so it is.
He filmed most of the Peter Vincent TV segments alone, usually with just a camera operator, because Holland wanted him to improvise and get into the character without any distractions. Charlie's getting it on with Amy, and he's a big Peter Vincent superfan, but he'd rather get his hole.
By Al Bundy's nemesis. Oh, can you believe it?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you
I
believe
looked up this. I was like, why do I know this woman from? And it's something like 700 episodes of Married with Children. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Darcy in it or something like that.
Oh,
Marcy.
do you know what? I
that's
don't think I watched any more than about 3
Yeah,
episodes.
Marcy
of Married with
Darcy,
Children.
wasn't it?
Darcy.
Marcy Darcy.
Marion Darcy. Aye, so as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's her. She actually looked really hot, which is really annoying.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she does. She looks cute. He can't take no for an answer, and Amy ends up pushing him off. We've been going together for almost a year, and I just keep hearing, "Stop it!" So fucking stop it. Do you know what I mean?
Get married.
So I'm just going to interject there. So in the novel, which
Right. Okay. Wow, somebody's done the homework.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We've got a reader, guys. We've got a reader.
well, actually, I listened to the audio.
Quite right. So, yeah.
But in the novelization, they go on about it being only 3 months. You know, so he says about a year, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, it's only we've only been going for 3 months." So I just thought either that's in the original script or it was just a very weird because they keep going over it in the book,
Right, okay.
which is
Yeah, I guess making it a year gives you that opportunity to build on why he's so upset that she's been
Yeah.
exactly
stolen away.
But the other thing is, just whilst we're talking about years, I mean, the guy who plays Charlie, what's his name?
William Rex.
William Ragsdale. He was 24 when they shot,
Right. Okay.
but he's playing a teenager. But
Yeah.
he's
But Amanda Burst was 26.
26,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
mid-20s.
Yeah.
So between them, they weren't teenagers.
No. He certainly trades up in Fright Night 2, doesn't he?
Oh,
does.
God, aye.
He,
Jesus.
he doesn't half trade up. But again, she looks really, really young. That actress in Fright Night 2. So
Yeah.
not entirely sure. And of course, we actually get actors of color in the second one.
We
And
do.
would you believe it? More female characters. Wow. So obviously, they did
Interestingly, again, sorry, it's going
No,
to
no,
be
apologise.
the Peep Show.
learn. Peep show. I
Peep
wish.
show.
Peep
Hey.
Peep Show. In the original script that he wrote before he rewrote it, there was no Amy. There was no female character in the original
Wow.
script. And then he went, "No, there's something wrong. Oh, there's no female." So he went back and rewrote it.
Fantastic. Okay. It's very, very almost like those last 3 Batman movies, which don't have any female characters in them either, do they?
No.
Not great at writing female characters. Not great at all.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, exactly. She says, "I'm scared," is all. She kisses him and tries to coax him back to bed, but all he can do is spy on the neighbour moving in. These removal lads are carrying a coffin in, which matches the movie on TV, and Amy's having absolutely none of it.
What a coffin, though. Triple layered. See that bad boy?
That was a proper
Jesus.
coffin. I found the cheapest one I could find on eBay was what's called a traditional wood effect coffin for £307.48.
Who's selling them on eBay? That's right. And do you have to go and collect it yourself?
It's
or do they
£100 delivery anywhere in
Okay.
the UK.
Oh, disappointing.
Mainland UK. There you go. A rattan one from the same company,
No way.
£379.
That's
Nice.
Does
That's
it
what
come with
I'm
a
doing.
brolly?
They-
Does it come with a brolly?
They must be for cremation because we know they burn well. Because if you've
Oh,
ever
is
played
it?
any of the original Sims, you'd put rattan chairs and a fireplace in a room and just block off all the doors.
Yeah, that's it. And they just die and turn to ghosts.
Yeah, yeah. That was a very, very strange early 20s man. Me, very strange indeed. She storms out.
Before you carry on, there's a continuity error in that scene.
Oh,
Have
is
you
there
noticed it?
really? No.
So in the background, Amanda's got her red jumper up still, and then when it cuts to the wide with William in the shot, and she's in the background. Or no, the other way around. She's in the close up. She's got like she's like showing a bra, but in the wide shot, what sort of concentrating on William Ragsdale, she's got the red jumper up. So when it cuts between the two, it all looks a bit odd.
All right.
Well, we'll have to tell old Kent Bader off then. Do you know what Kent Bader's done?
No.
So, well, come on, Geoff. He's done the greatest sequel ever. So he was the editor of Gremlins 2.
Oh,
he also
in the movie.
Inner Space.
Oh wow!
He worked on Rock and Roll High School. He was an assistant director, assistant editor on that. But yeah, well, there you go.
Each and every one of those is a future episode of this podcast. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, Gremlins 2 is and I'm not being silly about this. I love Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2 is the greatest feature-length cartoon that was ever made.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah,
absolutely is. She storms out, and Mom calls them into the lounge. The divorce rate is 765 times higher in couples who don't argue before marriage. It's like, what? They've only been going out for a year or 3 months or something. Amy says goodbye, but Charlie's more interested in the neighbour. There's this great throwaway line from Mom about the house being sold. Bob Hoskins said he finally got rid of the place. I mean, why pick the name Bob Hoskins? I don't know. I'm going to assume Hoskins must have done all right out of the Cotton Club in Brazil. He's in the housing game.
I was going Mona Lisa there. I was going total Mona Lisa.
Oh, what a great movie that is, by the way. It's only a matter of time anyway before he's back on the South Bank with Barry Norman banging on about gentrification and pipe bombing Lambeth Council Planning Department or something like that. Have you lads seen that video, by the way? The video on YouTube from Barry Norman and him walking around these derelict factories and these derelict warehouses, and him going, they just want to throw up concrete buildings.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's great. And Barry Norman kind of going, oh, should we be able to go through? He's like, yeah, just you hold the fence for me, and if the fast show up, we'll make a run for it. It's great. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Did they have Jet Li on a leash at the time?
I probably shouldn't have. Yeah. No, but he'd got Remington Steel in the passenger's footwell of his car. Good. Sure. We hear from the TV that a man was found dead in the railway yard, but we're not too worried about it because hobos turn up dead all the time in railway yards. Next day at school, Charlie has failed a test. His mate, Evil Ed, who looks like some weird elf out of Scandinavian folklore, doesn't he?
I was getting Escape from New York vibes with that creepy guy with the spiky hair, you know what I mean? That guy that steals Cabby's cap. What a prick.
Stephen Jeffries.
Yeah. What do you think of him in this? Because I'm torn. Every time I watch it, I'm like, there are bits of it that I really like, but I kind of want to stab him with a stake.
Because some of the things he does is a bit over the top, and some of it is just.
But I think obviously, he was. They all apparently, because Tom Holland had like a couple of weeks of rehearsal time with them, and kind of mapped it out a bit like a play. But he got them all to write their own backstory. So, Chris Sarandon came up with the apple kind of bit because he felt that there were like more fruit bats in the world than anything. So that's where the apple
makes
came
sense.
from. But old Stephen Jeffries was adamant that he wasn't going to do it. So everyone else kind of wrote their own stuff. So they almost fired him. And part of me wishes they had. But then, as I say, later on, when he's spoiler, when he's turned, he's better. I think he's just, and I'm going to jump onto kind of the remake. I think McLovin is better.
I was just watching that. I was just watching that this morning.
Geoff, I take it you disagree.
I think Stephen Jeffries is great. I've been a bit of a fan of his up to a point. One of my favorite sci-fis is a film called Moon 44, and he's in that. He plays a character called Cookie, and absolutely just love his character in that. And he's played pretty much the same sort of character in this as well. It's very similar. I think he's very much a character actor, isn't he? So like when he was in 976 Evil, he's playing the same character really, essentially. But some of like my favorite memories of sort of moments in films where there's made me laugh has been like in 976 Evil, the bit where he's on the little motorcycle, he's trying to impress the girl, and then just basically does this, like tries to drive off really cool like, and ends up just hitting a post and falling off the bike. Just stuff like that. I just think it just makes me laugh. And then because he is such an odd person, when he does become Evil Ed, as in like the turned version, it's so sinister.
Yes.
The makeup on it is just fantastic, and it really works. And I think the I hate to use the word, Pete, the juxtaposition of him as as before he's turned, I think it's where he's just a bit of a dick. And he's still a dick, but quite a nasty looking one. I just like it. I think he's great.
I would have liked a lesser Ed, and a slightly annoying Ed, but then I would have liked him turned up to 11. Unfortunately, he's up to 11 the whole way through, and it's just a bit much for me. I know it's a cartoon. I know it is, but it's still a bit much. Amy's ignoring Charlie. She's obviously fallen out with him. Back home, a lady, merely credited gentleman as Hooker, gets out of the cab and heads next door. This actress, gentlemen, Heidi Sorensen from Spies Like Us, and Roxanne.
Ooh.
Playmate of the Month, July 1981.
I knew in your face.
Yeah, and so does my work IT manager now, which is not great. As he's working on the books later, Charlie hears a blood-curdling scream come from next door. In the cafeteria later in the week, Amy and Charlie make up. They've got the news on the TV in school, which, that seems like something you absolutely don't want to do. Is to kind of have the TV on.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna use my knowledge of the novel here. Yeah. Apparently, they're at a burger joint called, oh God, I did write it down. I don't know where it's called, but it's like a, I don't know, Movies Burger. It's not Movies Burger, but it's some kind of burger joint as opposed to the school.
Right.
But I don't know.
It makes a lot more sense, but I guess they've already used the set for the.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
So I mean, might as well use it again.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
The news telling us another victim has been found, and it's Hooker, Heidi Sorensen. Charlie watches the TV report and ignores Amy. She gets him in the face with the wettest looking burger I have ever seen in my life.
Yes, definitely.
I mean,
Sloppy Joe is a Sloppy Joe, big man.
And this is where we get the "You're so cool, Brewster," and I've written here, "I hate Ed." kind of fits in with what I was saying mere moments ago.
Yeah.
Later, Charlie's sniffing around the house next door, and he's caught by Billy. It's mentioned off the cuff at some point. The new neighbour has a living carpenter. Billy, not Karen. But I did wonder. I thought, what is this? What is it kind of getting at? What is the relationship here? It is 1985, so maybe a Hollywood film doesn't want to go down the route that 10 years later, Interview with a Vampire would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There are kind of bits in it that so on the documentary that they talk about old Jonathan Stark, I think his name is.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Billy Colt. He kind of mentioned that there's a bit later where after he gets stabbed with a pencil, that the way that Tom Holland shot it makes it look like he's kind of basically on his knees in front of Dandridge doing things.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, there's quite a lot of subtext, obviously, with with Ed's transformation, seduction transformation scene. But yeah, I think it's quite a bold kind of film, for a first time director as well, especially in that kind of in the middle of like the 80s to be going down that route. So.
Right.
Yeah. We're in an AIDS epidemic as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
There's that whole kind of
that
subtext there. And look, we're looking at it now with 2025 eyes and go, well, that's a little bit tame, isn't it?
Yeah, back then.
But
God.
of course, at the time, it wouldn't have been. In the night, Charlie looks through next door's window and spots the new owner naked with a woman. He's about to bite her when he spots Charlie and pulls down the blind with his long, creepy fingernails.
I know.
Do you think at that point, where he's kind of having, he's doing it with the window open, the blind open, that he wanted other people to see what he was doing, or is he just a bit lazy and can't close the blinds?
I don't know.
Too busy sucking on people.
Well, bear in mind,
Maybe
he's
he
not got a
lives in
reflection.
Transylvania, and there's
He's not got a reflection, so he doesn't know if the window's open or no.
Of course, yeah.
Apparently, some of his Chris Sarandon's seductive feeding scenes were trimmed to make sure it received an R as well.
Oh, right, okay.
But although they did a lot of trims apparently to various scenes, but none of it has surfaced in footage form. There are pictures of certain scenes, but the moving footage is gone forever.
Disappointing. Chris Sarandon, of course, you mentioned already. John, he's been in quite a few things that we love, including Susan Sarandon.
Love it.
And previous episode, The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Princess Bride.
What would it have been like if it was Vincent Price playing? I know it wouldn't have been. That was Peter Vincent.
In Susan Sarandon, it's very unlikely. It's very, very unlikely.
No, but I mean, if you had Vincent Price up against
Sarandon,
what would that have been like?
I didn't realise Vincent Price was until I looked into it, was one of the original casting options. But he was quite old at the time as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was quite
died
ill
in
at the
91.
time, so.
Did he?
Yeah. But I just, I think quite a lot, because I think he was the only one ever down to play Dandridge. I don't think there was any other casting choices for Dandridge. But you had like Charlie Sheen auditioned for, or wanted to audition for Brewster, but Holland said that he didn't look like the boy next door.
Okay.
no,
And then he did a film the same year called The Boy Next Door.
The Boy Next Door.
just did Robert.
But yeah, I think that was the only one that I kind of didn't see anyone else as the choice, and I just wondered, would there have been anyone else for him?
At the time,
I mean, at that point,
Larry Grayson.
No, he needs to shut that blind. Not that.
Exactly.
Shut that
But
guy.
at that time, it wasn't like Chris Sarandon was a massive box office star or anything. So,
But I think the key thing here to consider, and it's any kind of monster, you have to wear the monster makeup well as well. And I think probably you might have had, I don't know, somebody, maybe a little. I'm not saying he's unattractive because of course he's gorgeous, but to have somebody a bit more clean cut wouldn't have worn the makeup in quite the same way. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, good question. Charlie tries to wake up Mum to tell him that he'd spotted fangs.
Face mask. Just so you know, face masks.
Okay.
I've got some face masks.
Go for it, yeah, please.
Oh,
sorry, I thought we'd just woken you up.
I thought this was a fact-based thing.
I thought we'd come back in time to like COVID times. I think.
Everybody, mask on. Right, so the modern mask was just sleep mask was patented by Edward and Elsie Hampel in 1930. There you go.
All right, okay. Oh, fantastic.
You just get all the good stuff, I'll get all the shit.
You've got all the asides. He sees Billy loading the Jeep with something heavy wrapped in bin bags. Everybody knows you put it in carpets.
I know.
Hiding in the bushes, he sees this great POV shot, and the neighbour arrives, handing Billy a lady's purse. Charlie makes a run for it to the house. So we've already got the bat kind of flying through the thing. And it's still good. The first thing I learned when I was doing filmmaking at college was how to do, a shot from a dog's eye view. That was the very first thing we learned, and boy, did we use that to hell in our first year. Oh, we used that.
What did the lecturer say? Right, today we're going to do dog's eye view.
Today we're dogging, gentlemen. Before that's a thing. Yeah, I don't know, but it was just I think we were talking about kind of filming angles and stuff.
Okay.
And he was this really old school kind of. He used to make corporate training videos and things, and decided I could teach that. At a local community college, and he taught us that, and he loved that. He thought that was one of the greatest shots known to man. Sure. Phil, I wonder where he is now. Phil, there you
dead.
Go. Well, probably.
That dog's dead. That dog is dead.
that dog's eye view is dead. Yeah, that's right. Now, this is the first reason for me noticing that the neighbour Jerry's any kind of monster is this apple. Because this bite he takes out of this apple, he eats the core out of the middle of it and throws the rest away.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that was a decision. That's a filmmaking decision that he doesn't know how to eat fruit. I don't know what was going on.
Well, didn't he throw it? He kind of bit it and then he threw it because he knew that old Charlie was in the bushes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
As if to say, because he does it like that, doesn't he?
Like Jockey Wilson.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He wanted to see whether Charlie was into his apples as well.
In some cases, vampires have been known to eat fruit throughout history. Again, I'm going on books for pleasure, but do not derive any actual nutrition from eating food. There you go.
Like Captain Barbossa and bloody Pirates of the Caribbean.
You like vampire stories? You're in one. Mum thinks Charlie's sick. Neither she or Amy the next day believe him. There's a good cut between scenes, bookended between them both giving it a what, which is I thought it's really good. It finishes with Mum saying a what and starts with Amy saying it's good. I don't know. I like little things.
Do you get it?
Charlie calls the cops about it, and Lennox arrives to question Jerry. Jerry's not there, but Billy answers all the questions. It was bags of trash. And as they're talking, Billy spots a painting which looks like Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Lennox isn't believing any of this vampire talk and drives off. Charlie checks his Casio watch, John, and it's 4:23.
Is it a 902 by any chance?
It was a W23 Solar. There you go. I found one on eBay in Bologna for €299. You can keep it at that price. He drives to Evil Ed's house and tells him about the vampire. He bribes him with $8 to help him.
$24 in a day's money.
Oh,
man.
Fantastic.
Got it, all over it.
Good. He gives him a cross and tells him to get holy water and ropes of garlic. He tells the vampire can't enter a house without being first invited in by the owner.
Yeah.
And then he hammers the window shut. And when he heads down, Jerry's enjoying a drink with Mum. They shake hands, and he's got very finely manicured nails this time. Now that I've been made welcome, I'll probably drop by quite a bit. And it's a really good way of going, she invited me in.
Did anybody notice the Annabelle doll in Mum's room?
Oh, was there?
It's in twice. So
That explains the hair later on.
Evil Ed wears the hat.
Yeah, that explains the hair.
The doll itself is the original Annabelle design.
Oh, right, okay. I thought he was dressed as one of the Tots TV.
And the
Yes, so did I. I was kind of like,
When I got that top mask fact, I seen it in the background, like, oh.
Look at you.
Eh? I'm watching this film, boys.
I'm busy writing vampire jokes.
I was just waiting to listen to the audio.
Charlie looks like he's seen a ghost or a vampire. I don't know. In the night, he's freaked out by a tree branch hitting the window. He's obviously just sat and watched Poltergeist.
That's exactly what I thought the Poltergeist scene with the bloody tree and that bloody puppet.
Tree puppet. Not unreasonable until we see Jerry in Mom's room. He leaves and breaks her door against the frame, locking her in. I have no idea what he's done here and how he's done this.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Because if he pulled it out the way, it's just still back in.
I think he probably thought that if he didn't do that, that Mum would come and basically stab him with a fork.
Pencil.
Yeah, yeah. The side of the door that he's just broke.
Or
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
him some white linens.
Well, yeah.
Which is sold in a white sale, just so everybody knows. Another
What?
fact, big man. So she says, "I'm going to the white sale."
Oh, she does say she's going to the white sale, right?
So
Okay.
it's linen, basically just buying
Okay.
linen.
All right. Okay. Wouldn't want to wake your mother. I'd have to kill her as well. He throws Charlie around the room. Do you realise how much trouble you've caused me? You deserve to die, boy, but I'll give you a choice. Forget about me, and I'll forget about you. Now, be reasonable. Forget about him. Forget he's a vampire.
Yes.
Dead easy.
Yep.
Dead easy to do. You know, the women that he's bringing to the house haven't even got characters' names. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't
She's
get
literally
attached.
called Hooker. It's
Don't get
fine.
attached.
And
The
also,
next one
I
is
mean-
Scrum Half. Let her go. It's all right.
But he basically just destroyed half the house. I mean, in the sequel,
Yeah, the door
he
smashing
literally
through.
does destroy the house. But there's still the mum. There's still days after that, and the mum surely is going, "What have you done to your room? You've smashed that closet up.
Yeah.
What's going on?"
She's so preoccupied with
Being
working
locked in a
night
room.
shifts, going
Yeah.
to the shop.
Yep.
She's
I-
again another
he doesn't have a
terribly written
job.
woman in this film.
She doesn't have a job. She's just high on drugs. Basically,
exactly
he's
what it
he's high on the drugs that Steve Johnson left around the set. I mean.
He grapples with Charlie, throwing him into the wall, smashing this gorgeous-looking pachinko machine. By the way, I was
Oh,
gutted when I saw that
yeah.
break. It looks like he's going to kill him until the lad gives him a pencil through the hand.
Mhm.
Really good bit of model work here, and he pulls it out.
Are we HP10 there, big man? Are we HP10?
Oh, was it? Good spot. Huh?
retractable pencil. Apparently, so he'd watched. This was a Steve Johnson thing, and he'd watched Excalibur.
Yeah, with the sword through the side.
Sword.
Yeah.
And he'd tried to work out how that was done, and then obviously he worked it out, and he wanted to do that. And this is where a director in the edit room is not a good thing, Geoff, because he'd done it in like one. He wanted to do it so it was like in one take, so it looked like a magic trick. And when they let Steve Johnson and his drugs into the edit, I like Steve Johnson, but in the documentary, the first thing he says is there was a lot of cocaine, and I'm like, okay, but they put a shot of a reaction shot of Charlie in between him, like stabbing.
Oh yeah, so
and he said, take that out, and apparently Holland did, but I can't remember. I was just it was like a week after I'd rewatched it, and then I saw the documentary, and I was like, did they take that out? I can't remember.
It didn't in mine. I remember it because it was a good shot, but that's just flashed up.
There you go.
Fantastic. When he turns around, he's a vampire. Mum hears the commotion, except she can't get out of the room. So he flies out the window, and she can't. And Charlie explains he had a nightmare. What, a nightmare that just wrecked the room.
Red room. Oh, yeah.
She offers him a Valium, Prince Valium.
Uh-huh.
The best way to forget about a vampire living next door, of course, gentlemen, especially one that's just tried to murder you, put on a vampire film.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Helps every time. Every time.
Pachinko, gentlemen, evolved in Japan in the 1920s from a children's game called the Corinth game, itself inspired by European bagatelle tables. After World War II, pachinko parlours exploded in popularity as cheap entertainment for the working class. By the 50s, there were thousands of parlours across the country, and I think this is the most interesting bit. Japanese gambling laws forbid direct cash winnings. Instead, players win tokens or prizes, which can then be exchanged at a separate business for cash. A legal loophole still used in 2025.
With the points
Nice.
base.
Pachinko prizes.
So why does he have one in his room? Have we asked him?
The 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, aye. He's watched Ferris Bueller and went, do you know what? I went, his toys, and just grabbed everything.
I want all his toys, but I probably won't hit and run an old Irish woman.
Sorry, mate. I triggered
You set them up, mate. You set them up, I'll knock them down in my car with Jennifer Grey in the passenger seat. I'm really not over that. It's been,
I know.
I was a child when that happened. I should be over it by
I know it's 80s, but it's too soon.
His phone rings. It's Jerry. I've destroyed your car, which is nothing compared to what I'll do to you tomorrow night.
The car already looked destroyed as it was. It was a 1966 Ford Mustang, but it was patchy as hell.
Anyway.
Nice car though.
Fantastic, yeah. And again, it's just kind of like, I'm going to fuck you up. Put the phone up. All right.
I know.
What if Mum would have answered?
Exactly. Well, Mum would have gone, well, whatever.
What did you do to my door?
And just then, Peter Vincent comes on the TV. He's fought wolves, bats, and always won. That's why they call me the Great Vampire Killer. And he then cuts to an old film where he's hammering a steak. Again, he just keeps doing the same thing in all of these films.
Yeah.
The next day, Charlie heads to see Peter Vincent. And we see he's been sacked because the channel don't believe in him.
Boo.
Yeah,
Boo.
fuck the man. Charlie tells him he believes that he has a vampire living next door and wants him to kill it. And of course, he's not having it. Later at Charlie's, Evil and Amy arrive. John, did you see what Amy was riding?
Mate, I never seen a Honda Elite 125 with the retractable light. I loved it.
You didn't see the Sarah Connor scooter?
Never saw it.
I couldn't believe it was the Sarah Connor scooter.
Exact same one.
Second time this year.
Oh, brilliant.
It looks like a fucking GoBot, doesn't it?
Mate, see when that light flips round, it's beautiful to watch, but kind of pointless. But yeah, I noticed it straight away.
It doesn't have a lot of look, does it? That scooter or motorbike or whatever it is.
No, I think it's got going for it.
Always being chased down by a monster of some sort.
The only thing it's got going for it is you can chain it to is it a big boy?
Oh yeah, she chained it to the big boy, which is at work. Yeah, and late. Inside Charlie's room, he's preparing steaks and explains to his pals he's going to kill Jerry tonight. We hear on the news that another woman was killed. Always women. Chance for them to basically offer to get Peter Vincent to help. Mm-hmm. At his place, he's reading a notice of eviction. And when Amy and Ed are talking to him, your friend needs a psychiatrist, not a vampire killer. Again, nice reference to what comes in a future episode. Well, the second film just takes all this and goes, fuck it, we're going to use that as a thing. Yeah. She offers him a $500 savings bond, which I assume her parents must have got from Captain America in the Second World War. I don't know. He shows this prop mirrored cigarette case from Orgy of the Damned.
Ooh,
love a bit of Orgy of the Damned.
It's let's call it Chekhov's mirrored cigarette case, shall we? In 1974, the FBI raided Roddy McDowell's home, gentlemen, and seized his collection of films and television series in the course of an investigation into film piracy and copyright infringement.
What? Fact.
Yeah, it's true. It really happened.
He was one of the first that kind of had his own kind of physical media collection. And the FBI didn't like it.
No, he'd purchased Errol Flynn's home cinema films and transferred them all to tape.
Wow.
Head of the curve, that man.
No, absolutely. No charges were filed.
Yeah, well, good for them.
You wouldn't steal Errol Flynn's tapes. Back at Jerry's house, the phone rings. It's Evil, and he wants to bring Charlie over tomorrow night to prove he's not a vampire. The next night, Peter arrives and they head in with a small vial of holy water that he's agreed to drink in front of them to prove he's not a creature of the night. Billy invites them all in, and Jerry arrives once again, slathering more fruit in he. And again, now you've mentioned that, it makes perfect sense that the fruit bat thing.
Yeah.
But he also wanted to look more seductive as well.
Eating an apple?
Yeah. No, apparently it's because he's biting into the apple,
I see.
with the teeth, It was supposed to sort of be a bit more suggestive.
Okay.
Ooh, a pomegranate would have done just as well.
Or a peach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, messy. Billy invites them all in, and Jerry arrives, dripping in peach juice. He explains to Vincent that he found all his films very amusing. Jerry's very taken by Amy and gives her the old kissing of the hand. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what vampires are supposed to do, Brewster? And they all laugh. Charlie doesn't want to hang about and demands that Jer takes the holy water. Vincent confirms it's holy water. I saw Father Scanlon bless it down as St. Mary's Missal. Oh my God! It's even more insulting than most of my Irish accents on this podcast.
To be sure.
Charlie pulls out the crucifix and explains to Amy he'll protect her with that. Jerry drinks it and he's fine. Satisfied, Charlie's having none of it. And rightly so, because I looked up holy water. Researchers at the Institute of Hygiene and Applied Immunology at the Medical University of Vienna tested water from 21 springs in Austria and 18 fonts in Vienna and found samples contained up to 62 million bacteria per milliliter of water, none of which was safe to drink.
God.
Tests indicated 86% of holy water, commonly used in baptism ceremonies and to wet congregants' lips, was infected with common bacteria found in fecal matter, such as E. coli, enterococci, and Campylobacter, which can lead to diarrhea, cramping, abdominal pain, and fever. I mean, if that's not going to kill a vampire, I don't know what will. Charlie pulls out a crucifix and Jerry flinches until Vincent steps in. Charlie claims to be satisfied, and as they're leaving, Vincent pulls out his cigarette case and sees in the mirror that there's no reflection of Jerry. He drops it out of shock and hurries the kids out. Outside, he admits he saw no reflection and drives off scared. Inside, Jerry steps on the fragment of the broken mirror. So he knows that we know that they know.
Indeed. And he also, I know you like your cats, but all of this was shot on
Cat cam.
Oh, cat cam, yeah. But no, so all of these exteriors that we're seeing of this street were built in the 60s for the Disney films.
Oh, right.
So the exterior of the Dandridge house was the villain's house in The Absent-Minded Professor.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay.
And other kind of bits on that street were there was one of the films was That Darn Cat.
That Darn Cat?
Which starred Roddy McDowall.
Roddy McDowall. Oh, wow. We love a connection. We absolutely love a connection.
So he went back to the scene of the crime 20 years later, looking for that cat.
Looking for that damn bat.
That darn cat, but didn't find it. Found it.
No?
But Geoff, you know, I mentioned to you the other day about a film that was shot 2 years before. It used that same street, but it was refurbished.
This was Something Wicked, wasn't it?
Yeah. Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Which
is coming to Disney Plus in the States for this October or this Halloween, which is like amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's for me it's the ultimate Halloween movie. More so than Halloween. It's just got that real autumnal feel. It's got everything you want out of a sort of a horror movie, but it's a Disney film. Right. But I don't think Disney released it in this country. It was released by another company, so that's why it's not available on Disney Plus in the UK, but will be available on
in the States. Well, if you're in Britain, get
track
your
it down
out, you perverts, and utilize that. But I will look up for that in ways fair or foul, but probably mostly foul because we don't do Disney anymore. Anyway, not a political podcast. Not a political podcast.
We're off it.
I did buy the Blu-ray though. The Disney did release a limited edition Blu-ray of Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Right.
You had to be a member of the Disney Club to get it. Thankfully, I have a friend in America who is a member.
Right.
They managed to pick it up for me, and it's going for like absolute silly money now online. So
good. It's always good when that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about connections, I've just noticed this here about Terminator. Is it Brad Fiedel done the score for this?
Yeah.
And Terminator?
Oh, our friend Brad Fiedel, the ex Aston Villa goalkeeper. Yeah.
The guy.
The same man.
The very man.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff in the 80s, didn't he? We found quite a lot of his bits and pieces. The kids are walking through town for some reason, for no reason. They're in the city. I don't know what's going on here. Evil separates from them, walking down an alley, and then screams, pretending he's been bit. There's no such things as vampires, fruitcake. As he continues down the alley alone, Jerry lands and follows him. Jerry corners Ed and tells him that they won't pick on him anymore. Just take my hand, Edward. And of course he does.
Question.
Yeah.
Why? So he's the only one at the mall that did not believe that he was a vampire. So that's the only bit that I've like. Why would they turn the one person that could have made sure everybody didn't believe him? Because Ed was the one that was like, "No, you're talking nonsense." He kept saying to him. So why would you turn the one person that?
But I guess he's turning all of the people around Charlie, isn't he? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And eventually.
And also because of movie.
Yeah, I mean, there is that as well. Yeah.
My stupid logical brain. Stop it! Stop it! Don't make it logic. I have more questions, but I'll
they hear him scream and ignore it because it's probably just him being a jerk. Just then, the lights go out in the street, and it's not a power outage. The breaker box has just been ripped apart. I mean, there obviously wasn't any door frames to knacker here, so they decided to do that. They run and finally found the one place in town that actually has people in it, because all the other streets are completely empty. Jerry's followed them and corners them up an alley, only for them to get into this club via the kitchen? Question mark.
Yeah, I've learned that. Brilliant.
That's what you want from your nightclub, isn't it? A sit-down meal.
That, a bowling alley, order.
So in the novel, I can't even remember what happens in the novel. Let's just move on. But there is something about the reason that they go through the kitchen is because they couldn't get in the front door because of bouncers.
Well, there's a big crowd. There is a crowd.
Yeah, I think it was more the bouncer. The bouncer stops them for some reason and goes, "You're not of age. Get out."
Okay.
You can't get into Club Radio, which is such a cool name.
Club Radio.
I looked it up, and there's no bloody one. They lied to me, man.
Oh,
they
why,
lied
John?
to me.
Yeah, they use that for Body Double. No, was it Body Double?
Oh, Body Double's a great movie I haven't thought
Body
about in
Double.
30 years.
I might have written it down, but it was used for something. Club Radio was used for. I think it was either Body Double. What else? What other Brian De Palma film was around that era?
Blowout? Or is that too?
No, it wasn't Blowout. It was either Body Double or something.
Body Double's a great movie.
That's what a good fact.
Yeah.
Body Double.
It's half a fact.
That's why people listen to your
people don't tune in for actual facts.
They just listen to the banter.
We used to pretend that we wanted people to win a pub quiz. One bloke once won a 10 quid voucher at work because he'd just listened to our Toy Story episode and then got asked 10 questions about Pixar.
Wow,
yeah.
So I guess we did it once and that was it. But that was 5 years ago. So we got rid of that a long time ago.
Okay.
Peter Vincent's, he drags Ed in and locks the door behind him. What are we going to do? Not me. What are you going to do? And he shows him his hickey and his teeth. I admire you till I knew what a fake you were. And he goes to fight him. And Peter Vincent sears a crucifix into his head.
Yep.
The master will kill you for this. Slowly. Oh, so slowly. It's great delivery. It's good delivery. And instead he dives out the window.
He does. Now, does anyone know Pete Vincent's real name?
Oh, no, because he doesn't tell you. He just says a little bit later on it wasn't even my real name.
Yeah.
Is it in the novel, Pete?
Is it Vincent Peter?
It's in the novel.
Yes, it is, Geoff. It is. Do you want to know it?
Yeah.
Herbert McHooley.
Oh, that's why he was so good at that Irish accent earlier on.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, here's another question. Why did he look in a mirror considering the reflection and says, "What have you done?" He looked in a mirror with no reflection and went, "What have you done?"
Oh, he
I think he
does.
said,
Yeah.
"What have
He
you?"
could see himself.
Did he look in a mirror, or did he just
Yeah.
go, "What have you done?" Because I can't see.
Oh, that's the other
They just cut that.
I can't see.
like,
PJ, what have you done?
I can't can't see. Just tell me what you did. I don't know.
How bad is it? How bad? On a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it look?
Yeah, exactly.
In the fine dining club, Amy admits that she paid Peter to be there. Charlie calls him. Meanwhile, Jerry arrives and enthralls Amy, because that's what vampires do, isn't it? There's a really good no reflection angle on this mirror shot, by the way, where he's kind of like he's in front of the mirror, but it's shot so well that you can't see that where the mirror is.
I
There's
think
a bit
it's
of
blue
dirty
screen.
dancing.
Quite a lot of blue screen.
Oh yeah, could it? Yeah, in fact, 1984. Of course, it would have been. Some dirty dancing going on here with Nobody Puts Amy in the Corner. This song is "Give It Up" by Evelyn Champagne King. I assume champagne so you don't mix her up with the other famous Evelyn King. I don't know. Charlie grabs Jerry and spins him around. Get off of her. But Amy's into him and they kiss. Charlie swings at him, but Jerry grabs his fist and forces him to the ground. Bring Peter Vincent to my house, just the two of you. This first bouncer that confronts Jerry as he's leaving, by the way, is murdered. Nick Savage is called. The actor comes back as a character in the second film.
Mm-hmm.
And John is in that Michael Keaton Clean and Sober film you made up the other week.
No way.
Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
Man, small world.
The second bouncer he kills is Ernie Holmes. This was his only film role, but a 2-time Super Bowl winner with the Steelers. Which is some going because he doesn't steal this scene.
He died.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
Terrific.
There's a huge rush for the stairs, and Charlie gets caught up in the rush, and Amy and Jerry leave. Charlie finally gets out to see Jerry's Jeep driving away with evil cackling madly in the back.
Aye.
You'd think, though, at this point, that because Charlie and Ed, I'm assuming, are mates, that there'd be more stuff between those two. But there's no kind of, there are no scenes after he gets turned between Charlie and it's all between old PV and
Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in the remake,
yeah. Oh yeah.
he does some kung fu spinning and everything.
Charlie heads to see Peter, who only lets him in when Charlie grasps his crucifix, which you'd get 15 years for that today.
Yeah.
He tells Peter they have to save Amy. Peter admits he was paid to be there today, and Charlie knows. He still wants him to help. You are Peter Vincent, the great vampire killer. It's a character. It's not even my real name. My real name's Tits McGee or something.
Phil McCracken.
At this point, also, I think on this most recent rewatch, I was like, what is up with his hair? And then watching the documentary, that was the one thing that the effects crew felt they'd got wrong.
Oh,
his hair.
His hair
kept changing.
Well, no, just because it looks like it's spray on paint on his head.
Yeah, it's Christmas paint, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A little bit of frosting.
That's that.
Because he doesn't have it in the sequel. His hair is less grey in the sequel.
It is, yeah. So I feel like he's a lot more spry in the sequel, but he was only 56 years old when he was filming this. So listeners, go away and drink some water. Do it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're almost there, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm closer than you are.
Yeah, no.
At Jerry's, he puts on a cassette on his Vector Research Hi-Fi.
Yeah. I don't remember that shit.
Never
I really
heard of
don't.
it. Never heard of it. American mid-range company. It no longer exists. However, I found a tape deck from one on eBay for £40.79. What? Everything was on eBay this week. Everything was on eBay.
They knew we were doing this.
Yeah, they knew I was looking for vampire stuff.
You need to get your ass on Vinted.
I do not. Amy wakes up in front of the fire on this lovely soft rug. Man, I wish I was being courted by a vampire. It looks really comfortable. She sees paintings of a woman that looks like her. She's someone I knew a long time ago. And he takes his shirt off and kisses her and then bites her.
And at that point, old Brad wanted to sing over the top of that scene.
What?
He wanted to sing his song over the top of that scene because he had written whatever it was, "Come to Me" or something, and they tried it with the
Music.
vocals, and Tom Holland went, "Yeah, no,
Get out. Get out.
Let's not have that.
Get it out.
Get
you know."
GTF.
He was, and I think at that point Brad went, "Yeah, all right, there, that would have been a bit poop."
Outside, Charlie approaches the house and gets a fright when Peter arrives with a box of vampire murdering tools.
Yep.
As you do.
And John, a gun.
I know.
A
Just in case
gun.
things get problematic.
Just to take out the familiar, isn't it? It's from his film Orgy of the Damned, which you mentioned earlier on, which is not a real film.
Yeah.
However, it is the 6th studio album of Slash. Noddy holder, hat wearing twat. They plan to sneak in the back, but the front door opens for them. So much for that idea. And all the while, Roddy McDowell's going, "I'm Peter Vincent, the Great Vampire Killer. I'm Peter Vincent, the Great Vampire Killer." It's good.
You can do this.
Very
You can
good.
do this. You can do
And
this.
I liked the remake a lot. I really did enjoy the remake a lot. Not just from the casting, but definitely the casting of Peter Vincent is phenomenal.
Oh God, I
Isn't it?
I
It's-
couldn't think anybody else to play it.
It's such a good bit of casting.
What, in this one or in?
Well, in both,
Really?
in the remake
Yeah.
especially, yeah, it's super.
I absolutely adore Roddy McDowell. I think, have they put anyone else in that role? Insane. Insane.
Here's Jerry at the top of the stairs. "Welcome to Fright Night." He wins the film. He wins the film. For real. Shrieked Nicked John is a direct translation for Fright Night in which country?
The Netherlands.
Correct.
Well done, big man.
However,
Oh,
the
fudge.
Dutch title for the 1985 film was simply Fright Night.
Oh.
They didn't translate it for cinemas. There you go. Yeah. Every time we have a guest on and you do the Netherlands, people look and go, "What the fuck was that?"
I know.
It's John's thing.
Camden. I love Amsterdam.
Amy's up here. You have to get past me. Back spawn of Satan. And Jerry grabs the crucifix and crushes it in his hand. He says, "You have to have faith." Dink, dink, ding, dink, 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 dink,
I was going to
dink.
go Monkeys, a believer.
Oh, very good. Very good. For this to work on me. Faith Gentleman 1987 single from another 2 first names wanker, George's Michaels. Number 1 everywhere. Straya, Canada A, Stupid Sexy Flanders Ultra Pop Chart. New Zealand Present. And where, John?
Again?
Again, do another one.
France. The Netherlands.
No, it didn't chart in France, apparently. I
did
guess there was
not.
a French version that came out. Yeah.
Merde.
And USA. Charlie pulls his crucifix, which causes Jerry to back away. So the whole point here is that he has the faith to make the crucifix work.
Yeah.
But here comes Billy, right hook knocking him down the stairs. Peter flees and heads next door. But Mrs. Brewster isn't there. Instead, it's Ed in this wig.
Yeah.
Which was
Annabelle's
pretty
wig.
horrific. Yeah.
Annabelle's wig.
It's one of the tweenies. He's cut the phone line, and Charlie's mum's left a note. "His dinner is in the oven." Again,
Love that the way he
deliveries.
delivers that line.
Yeah,
Deliveries
no,
for
good.
nobody. This it really is. It's not really explained, but apparently Ed's vampire can also turn into a wolf.
Yeah, that's vampire lore for you. Come on.
Oh
Yeah.
right, okay.
Get me your vampire lore. Come on.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
We thought you were a podcast host.
Look, they've down tools.
I
They've
know.
down tools.
They've turned on us. They've turned on us. They're no longer part of the wolf pack. Peter smashes through the banister on the landing, and a piece of wood goes through the wolf, which crawls away and transforms into a wolf man trying to remove the wood before dying. I actually thought that this bit was quite touching. The acting here was pretty good.
Yeah, this is where I thought he was great. It was just when he was normal.
Normal.
When it is
The-
zombies.
Yeah.
This scene has actually been cut as well. There were
right.
more prosthetics, more of the transformation,
Oh, really?
and it was actually a bit more drawn out emotionally as well. But I think I don't know why they trimmed it, but they did. I think they were just still trying to still keep the R, but fairly sort of safe R.
All right.
But yeah, there are photographs online of some of the other because obviously it's not one costume there or one prosthetic, it's multiple that they cut between, and there's a couple of sequences in that were trimmed.
I'm surprised Steve Johnson allowed it. They probably gave him some more drugs.
I'm going to assume it's because John Landis had lawyered up. You know, he'd done a pretty high-profile court case just a couple of years previous to this, hadn't he?
Just a little one.
He fancied winning another one, and they went, do you know what? Fine. Stan Winston can have his Academy Award. It's fine.
But Steve Johnson on this, he wanted to outdo everything because he'd worked on, I think he'd worked on The Howling. With OT.
Previous episode, by the way, we did The Howling, didn't we?
And he had worked with Baker as well, I think, and he wanted to outdo those guys. So, you know, with the Evil Ed transformation, he wanted to have that kind of asymmetrical look to the character. So, because everything up until that point had been very much, you know, the same, and he wanted to outdo. In the drugs as well, but yeah, he kind of, whenever he could on this film, he was like, right, let's try and outdo someone else
and do cocaine.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
why would you not?
The wolf transformation sounds are made by layering animal noises with recordings of Stephen Jeffries actually screaming into a distorted microphone.
I thought you were going to say with Steve Johnson taking loads of drugs, but
I mean that too. Yeah. I hope he's not litigious. That's for sure.
I think he'd be pleased that I'm telling the world
like
exactly what he did.
That people remember him.
True.
That's
true.
Somebody remembers me.
Yeah, exactly.
Richard Hedlund, who did the special effects, had some pedigree, making monsters for the original Star Wars trilogy, Raiders, and Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Also, previous episode Cliffhanger, which I assume he must have spent months making Stallone look less like a monster.
We love Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger's great fun. Cliffhanger has one of the greatest villains in cinema history, as far as I'm concerned.
And one of the greatest trailers.
Oh, genuinely one of the best trailers ever made.
It's a good trailer. You're right.
Yeah,
it's such a good trailer.
Without is it not that classical piece? I can't remember the name of it. But I used to, when I worked at the video shop, I actually, before Cliffhanger came out, I was given like in a rental box. It had Cliffhanger written that way, so rather than across the box.
I remember, yeah.
And inside was a tape that was only about 20 minutes long, and it had 4 scenes from the film, but it was from like the work print. So they were like early effect shots in it, early cut, and the music was like Total Recall over the top and stuff like that. It wasn't actually, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I just gave it away in the end, but I wish I kept it.
Was that one of those for you to kind of put on on the screen for people to go, oh bloody hell, I'm going to get Cliffhanger?
I think working in a video shop, you used to get like time code copies, which was like a copy of the film with a time code on, and it was to try and entice the owner of the shop to buy more copies to put in the shop. So I mean, I remember getting Terminator 2 quite early on as a time code, and man, the amount of people wanting to borrow that was insane. But yeah, you know, and this was, I think it was the same. Who was it? It was Guild, wasn't it? That they released it.
Yeah, I think so.
So it was a Corolco film. So it was Guild, I think, was the name of the distributor, and we used to get like reps coming around, and they gave us that.
Well, I had an early copy of Alien 3, but I nearly got Roddy McDowell by the FBI with my gory weave because they cut into it, they zoomed right in. Oh, horrible days. But the camcorders back then were rubbish.
They were.
They really were.
Richard Hedlund won 6 different Oscars for his work from 78 to 87. It's pretty good going. Jerry locks Charlie in the fire and rug room with Amy, and he spots her fangs. We're almost there, listeners. Peter Vincent pulls the stake out of the Ed corpse and heads next door. The blood on this is good. You know, a lot of blood in horror movies looks dog shit, doesn't it? But the whatever blood they're using here is very, very good stuff. The house is either really hot or really cold. I don't really know what's going on outside. Is it mist? What's going on?
Yeah, there's definitely an ice machine. There's definitely a rave going on in there.
A ice machine.
It's just
an ice
mood.
machine on this model. Peter arrives and tells Charlie to make distracting pleas for help, but it doesn't convince Jerry. Peter says it's not too late to save Amy. They just have to kill Dandridge before dawn. Are you sure? Well, so far everything's been like in the movies. It's probably a great response. And it's probably how we would all survive zombie films, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
But
the way
I think the having watched the remake last night, and their how to save Amy in that one is just a little bit ridiculous. Here's a steak that Michael blessed or something or whatever it was. It's a magical steak, whereas this one is a little bit more like let's hope for the best.
You can believe that.
Yeah, rather magical steak. But then we're talking about vampires and they don't exist.
Aye, true.
Do they?
Although in this one she did turn ginger for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I know,
So
but again, do you want to know? Do you want to know why she turned ginger?
because he likes oranges.
Possibly.
Those apples.
Well,
Steve Johnson. There you go.
oh, red.
Yeah, he did a line off her hair and it just made a wild mess.
You put bleach in that.
It was. Yeah, he basically wanted her to be ginger.
Oh well,
because he was probably high on drugs.
In the hallway, Billy approaches Peter, but he gets blammoed in the head, didn't he? This
Blammo, yeah.
And falls down the stairs. Of course, he does get back up, and even after being shot a few more times, he keeps coming. They really could have done with, I don't know, some paint tins on some rope, or maybe some micro machines on the stairs. That would have fixed that, no problem.
Apparently, Abbott and Costello versus. Is there one called Versus the Ghosts? I read earlier.
Oh, versus the ghost. No, I think it's just
versus
the
ghost.
Yeah.
That's what that scene where he kind of sits up in the background.
Is it really? Oh, because I think that's Bela Lugosi, isn't it?
Oh God,
I think that's Bela Lugosi in that one because there's a few, isn't there? There's them versus Frankenstein's monster, and it's all the old Universal monster actors.
But that was their homage to that.
Let's pull this string.
Nice.
Again, a film I desperately tried to get John to do so many
we
times.
love a bit of Midwood here.
But we've not got there yet.
No, yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
It's such a great movie. I love films about making films about filmmaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them.
Yeah.
Charlie puts the stake through him, and he melts green
ooze,
and then turns to sand, and then turns to a skeleton.
Right. So
why wouldn't you?
I mean,
I thought he was human. No, that's the thing is I didn't because I thought it was just a familiar he was human.
Who knows? Who knows?
But again, Steve Johnson reference. See, I mean, he's paying me for this, so.
What with though, Pete? What with is the thing.
But he wanted because always you have characters looking, as they're melting, they look at their hand and go, "Oh, look at my hand is melting." So he wanted two hands in there. Well, look at my two hands melting. There was
I can't believe it's happening to one. Maybe it's not happening to the other.
Let's have a look at another one. But one of them's a girl's hand, the other one, and that's what they did. But yeah, he wanted to do stuff that hadn't been done before. That was his thing on this as well.
Who are we to argue? We're talking about it. What 40 years later? So why not?
Yeah.
Amy's getting worse, but Jerry's commanding her to awake. The lads are both looking for Jerry, who comes hurtling in through this window. Cannonball! Peter pulls another crucifix. You have to have faith for that to work, remember? And as he approaches the cross, has the desired effect, until every cuckoo clock in the house goes mad. It's 6 a.m. You're out of time, Mr. Dandridge. Look over your shoulder. And of course, it is dawn is breaking. Many people assume cuckoo clocks are Swiss, but they actually originated in Germany's Black Forest region in the 18th century. Tasty. The earliest cuckoo mechanism is credited to clockmaker Franz Ketterer around 1730, who used bellows and whistles to mimic the bird's call.
Nice. Do you know who's got the most cloaks? I
Sure.
can tell you. So it's a guy called... Remember Robert Kennedy for India? That guy. So he holds the world record for the largest collection of timepieces. He's got 2,200.
All right. Okay.
Why would you need so much? How would you need? Why? Why? I get the Casio thing, but where do you go after you got all the models of Casio? Where do
Like
you go
that
with
bloke who has the baked bean house.
that?
A council flat full of baked bean stuff.
Nice.
When I was growing up, I'll just tell you this. But when I was growing up,
Boing.
end of story. No, when I was growing up, I absolutely adored a watch that I had, which was a Pac-Man watch.
Right.
And I still own it, even though the watch strap is gone. For some reason, because I found it the other day, I've still got the actual watch bit. And where the strap had obviously broken, but I was so into this watch,
Okay.
it's got like what do you call it?
Staples.
It's got what?
Staples.
Try
staple it to your wrist.
What is it called? The stuff. It's like cement stuff to try and keep it together.
Oh,
So literally,
Aye.
this Pac-Man watch
Mhm.
has got cement all over it that I clearly tried to save the watch, but I don't know why I brought that up. But
I've got a watch, similar thing. It's a. Do you remember Swatch did a thing called a jellyfish watch?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've still got mine.
Mhm.
Still got mine.
Man.
yeah, they come here for the Fright Night podcast. And
Yep.
They
the
leave.
watches.
Stick
They
around
know
for
all
watch
about
chat.
watches now.
My best watch, and I lost it, and I was raging, is the Casio James Bond watch, which turned into a water PPK, and it had a bullet. You could
Wow.
one bullet.
Fantastic.
And
This
We look
gets
on eBay.
mentioned every 10 to 20
Mate, I
episodes,
love it.
John.
I don't care. I
People
love
that are
that
deep
watch.
in the lore of this podcast go, fucking hell, tick off
Fucking sick of
the
that watch.
tick it off the bingo
I wish
card.
we'd fuck right off of that
The
watch.
watch has been bought up. Is he going to cry again when he mentions the fact that his Rambo knife was broken by his dad?
Still
You had a
man.
Rambo
Too-
knife?
Too soon? Aye. Too soon, man. Too soon. My dad snapped it. I was fucking raging. He let me keep the. He let me keep
Empty
the
handle
He
with all the bits.
let me keep the compass.
Ah.
Remember the compass at the end? Jesus.
There's a film here somewhere.
Somewhere.
He turns into this horror bat puppet that attacks Peter
God, yeah.
as Charlie looks to pull it off him. It chows down on his arm and, getting caught in some sunlight, flies away down to the basement. Now, my initial note that I'd made was, this thing looks like fucking Zool, doesn't it?
Right.
But that's because it's the same special effects guy as Ghostbusters. That's
Yeah.
why.
And later on,
Yeah.
although we're mentioning now that we're mentioning Ghostbusters, when spoiler, Jerry blows up at the end, explodes in flames. They used the librarian puppet from Ghostbusters, which they hadn't used in Ghostbusters because Steve Johnson he wanted to basically blow everything up that he'd ever made. So, and he'd worked on Ghostbusters, and he wanted to melt this librarian. So Jerry Dandridge essentially turns into the librarian from Ghostbusters.
Wow.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. I like it.
Small world.
The bat puppet was so huge and heavy that the crew nicknamed it Chuck, treating it like a troublesome extra cast member. The lads have to find the coffin, but it's locked from the inside. Amy approaches Charlie, and a monster makeup here, by the way, is bloody brilliant. This monster mouth, I mean, I absolutely still would.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what Geoff was saying earlier about the it was meant to be on screen for about a second.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Randall Cook was he did it for free. Yeah. Because he said, "Oh, it's just going to be quick. I just want this kind of jump scare." and then it ended up on the poster. It ended up being used multiple times through that sequence.
But I was watching Blu-ray, and I still think it looks good. I don't think
it
looks chunky at all.
Ditto.
Yeah.
And also, when she changes into that, there was another stage in the middle that was cut. And there are photographs again online somewhere that you can find where it's like an interim transformation.
Right.
All right.
So that I think they just dropped it for, I don't know, maybe for speed. I don't know.
Well, he was on all the drugs, wasn't he? So that speed would make
Speed,
perfect
maybe.
sense.
Yeah, say no more.
Peter gets the sleeping Jerry with a stake. It's a perfect kind of acting. Put the stake between the shoulders. It's great. It really is.
Yeah.
He gets out the coffin and throws it, which breaks a window, and a little beam of sunlight comes streaming through the hole.
Yeah.
So our heroes have the idea just to smash all the windows, which is a basement. Why are there so many windows?
Yeah. But
It's
did,
like a
any,
shop front.
did anybody know what Peter Vincent was doing at the time? Smashing a fucking mirror. Everybody's smashing windows. If you look, he's just literally just smashing one mirror.
Oh, does he?
He's literally smashing one mirror.
Great.
He smashes a mirror in the sequel, and he does it for a reason.
Oh, well, that's why he didn't. I thought he was going to use the mirror to actually.
Maybe they just told him afterward, look, stop smashing mirrors unless you're going to use them to kill a vampire at the end of the film.
Yeah.
Possibly.
You never know.
Yeah, it was seven years of bad luck. The FBI are coming back.
I know. That mirror was an orgy of the damned.
They want to find his 35 mil of that darn cat.
They've got all your Betamaxes now.
Yeah.
Speaking of 35, that's how much apparently the bat puppet cost 35 grand, $35,000 to make.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's a very expensive puppet.
For not a lot of use.
No.
And
it kept going wrong all the time. You know, you're saying it was called Chuck.
Yeah.
It just kept breaking down. They just had an absolute ball ache with that thing.
Sounds a bit like Dave, really.
It does.
Yeah.
Dave from Dead Air.
Dave from Dead Air. But we had a lovely bunch of puppeteers who looked after them very well.
Yeah.
Kept
Even
them
when their
alive.
heads fell off and their teeth fell out.
Dead Air, by the way, is these gentlemen's monster movie, which is set on a plane, which I will link that in the show notes.
Cool.
Lots of behind the scenes stuff on the interview that we did over on YouTube. Nice little plug there. Right.
Thank you.
So they smash all the windows, which traps Jerry and Peter at the back of the basement in a dark area. But Charlie spots a sheet over a window. I mean, everything else is blacked up except for this sheet on the window. Which, why wouldn't they black that out as well? It doesn't. I guess vampires and.
Well, he didn't get around to it. He was too busy getting annoyed by a boy next door.
Yeah, that's true.
Too busy planting an orchard out the back.
Too busy eating apples.
He whips that off, and that's the end of Jerry. And Amy's back to the old Amy.
Oh, Jerry.
The following night in bed, Amy and Charlie are at it while they watch Fright Night. Put on the wig and the vampire teeth just for this one, please. Peter gives him a shout out. I hope he paid £1 for that, by the way. They're doing sci-fi this week. Mars Needs Flesh. Not a real film.
Yep.
And as the credits roll, we get, Ed, you're so cool, Brewster. There you go. Right, so that's Fright Night 1 done. Are we ready to start Fright Night 2?
Let's go. Why don't we just
do lots of Fright Night 2 stuff?
Fright Night 2, by the way, I think is the only horror film I've ever seen which has a previously on Fright Night.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
You get like a
the way that it opens.
15-second rundown of it, and then you've got this shrink going. So is that what happened in the first movie? It's like,
Was it like Soap? Remember Soap when he used to do the next week on?
Previously on Buffy, yeah. And that's the movie, gentlemen. I'm sure you've still got more facts, so we'll start with guests. Jeff, go for it. What else have you got?
Oh God, no, start with Pete because I'm still. I've got some.
I'll be here for hours. So one thing which I didn't. I kind of did know because I'd watched the documentary before, but then I'd forgotten. Then I remembered again when I watched the documentary again. The old Brad's. Brad Friedel's score, has electric violins, and they're always mistaken for guitar.
Oh, right,
okay.
Because he's had loads of people over the years go, I managed to get that solo just about right, but there's one bit that I'm not getting, and it's because it's a violin. What else have I got? Did you know that there have been two Hollywood, there have been two Bollywood remakes.
Gotta watch that.
In 1989, there were two in 1989. Why? they tried one and they went, not enough drug taken on this one. Let's do another one. and there was a Hindi Indian remake called Neighbours in 2014, where the vampire was a supermodel.
Wow.
But
It being Bollywood, I'm disappointed it wasn't called Blight Night.
well, it may well have been. I couldn't pronounce the two Bollywood remakes, but this was so on. It was either on X or on Blue Sky that I'd put up that I was coming on here, and also I'd found a review that said Fright Night was shit, and I thought, and lots of people agreed with me that those people should die.
Yeah.
And but one person mentioned that there was a Canadian TV kind of beat by beat remake of Fright Night as a werewolf movie called called The Werewolf That Lived Next Door or something really terrible like that with Nina Dobrev as the Charlie Briggs character. It was like, I think it was like The Werewolf Next Door. It was a dreadful title, but I did find it online, so I was tempted to watch it, but then I did watch it. But do you want to know who the werewolf hunter was?
Oh, go on.
It was Hercules himself, Kevin Sorbo.
Oh,
No
that
way.
piece of shit.
I know.
Okay,
That was part of the reason I didn't really want to watch it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think those were my. Oh no, I've got one more, but I'm going to let Geoff go.
All right, I've only got a couple. From when they when Stephen Jeffries was doing his Evil Ed wolf to human transformation whilst he was dying, to simulate melting flesh, they used hot gelatin, but the rig overheated and it made the whole set smell like burnt bacon. And so they kept joking that Ed was cooking alive. So that was one little thing there. And also when they were doing the effects with the eyes, when they put those, I mean, if you look at Chris Sarandon and Stephen Jeffries, when they got those contacts in, their eyes are a bit bulgy, aren't they? If you watch, their eyes are sort of bulgy. It's because they were like full contact scleras, whatever they call them. But they made it very difficult for them to see. And they had like sort of reactions to them. So
Can you blink?
I don't know, but they were quite often tripping over cables and stuff whilst they were having those contacts in, so they had to be carefully moved around the set.
Yeah, and I think they could only have them for so many, like 15, 20 minutes, or they would go blind.
Yeah.
Back in the days where they allowed actors to go blind.
Yeah, blind themselves.
blind on camera.
Yeah.
So how many actors over the course of the Fright Night saga do you think there have been? Saga, all the films. All right, there's been two, and then there was a remake, and then there was a pseudo sequel remake.
Straight to video job, isn't there?
Yeah, which isn't bad actually. It's not bad. But how many actors have played Peter Vincent, and who are they? Apart from the one old
So David Tennant.
So we've got Roddy McDowell,
David Tennant, yeah. Who else?
Paul McGann.
That would be great. I think
Larry Grayson. I said to you, Larry Grayson is going to be in there somewhere.
Geoff called it.
So there was Sean Power.
What?
Who?
That's not even a setting on my washing machine.
So he was
Homer
in.
Simpson got the idea for that name when he looked at his
Sean Power was the one in Fright Night 2, New Blood, which was all pretty much all British actors playing. I think it was shot in Romania or somewhere. Simon.
So what you're saying is Blade was in it while he was fleeing the tax man.
Yeah. Simon Bamford from Geoff. Simon Bamford.
And I recognise the name. I'm just trying to work out where.
He was one of the Hellraiser.
I was about to say he was one of the Hellraisers, wasn't he? One of the Cenobites.
So he played Pete Vincent in the documentary You're so cool, Brewster. And it almost makes me want to not watch that documentary because he was bloody awful. But yeah, no, that was dreadful. But then there was one other that I know of anyway. There might be more, including the Bollywood people, but there was one more person that has played Peter Vincent, and it was in a podcast.
Tony Hart.
Tony Hart, yes, well done.
He looks like it.
He's quite a famous actor.
Roy Castle.
Who does it was Roy, who has done lots of voiceover stuff, but he is probably better known as someone that wears pajamas in space.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Well, no, I kind of was going down the Star Wars route of him wearing pajamas in space. But...
Oh, what?
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
No. Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mark Hamill, the king of voiceovers.
You need to go karate.
Who all sound exactly the same,
isn't it? It's his the karate.
He just looks like he's wearing pajamas to me.
It's PJs.
Wow.
Yeah, Mark Hamill plays him in the. They did like a. I think it was like 35 years podcast table read. Everyone else returned, but clearly Roddy McDowall had better things to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to find that because that sounds brilliant.
He's got range, isn't he? Mark Hamill's
Yeah, it's on all your podcasty things. And he does a really good job. Apparently, he was honoured to come on board because he and Roddy McDowall had, I don't know, some past.
Careful.
They had been in something together.
She had a lightsaber.
Moving swiftly on to John.
Right. Also, Peter Vincent was in a 1962 Studebaker Lark. Southern Gawal holds the record for the one-handed deadlift at 110.4 kilograms because he lifted it with one hand.
Oh, yeah.
And the most famous vampire killer of all is Abraham Lincoln, Van Helsing.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, good stuff. I've already totted these up while we're doing them. So it's not a nice round number. But let's go and let's have a guess. Jeff, how many do you think we got as a team?
52.
Oh, it's more.
Jeff, come on, man.
I'd say Peter got 52 alone.
Oh, wow.
Peter, how many?
53?
Well, I was going to go 7, but I think that would be wrong. 106.
Oh, 103. As I always say, it's the bit out the Price is Right. Yeah, 103.
Higher or lower?
Yeah, well done, gentlemen. Fantastic. You hit the remit and we've got over 100 things. So that is great. Why don't you tell us where we can find you and what you are and what people should be watching of yours?
Pete, go on.
Well, certainly not this podcast.
What? Kiss your mother.
I mean, I say that weekly, so that's fine.
You know we can edit this, right?
You know he can't be asked, right?
I don't know what I can't even remember what you asked. Where can you find us?
Yeah, where can our listeners find you and what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm at Hearnesque on all major social media platform. Hearnesque, Hearn, HEARNESQUE. I basically post pictures of my dog and my cat, and sometimes mention films that we've worked on. We're working on a series of kind of comedy horror stuff at the moment called Fright Seers, which is at Fright Seers on all your various things, including YouTube. We are launching the YouTube channel probably by the time you've skipped past this episode of us. And we did a film called Dead Air about how many years ago, Jeff?
2019.
2019, but that's kind of a big old kind of special effects extravaganza set on a plane with gremlin creatures battling punks with Jay's dad from.
I wasn't going to say a word.
Bloody brilliant as well. So good.
And lots of other
That's good.
really, really cool actors on board.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And various other things that Geoff will mention now.
So you can find me fraught FRAUGHT.net, where Scotland, that's my website. But I'm fraught on most social medias. Fraught UK, sorry, I should say. So as Pete was saying, so we're working on Fright Series in a minute. We're sort of just starting to upload stuff to the channel. We've shot 8 episodes out of 50 something, so many to shoot. But we're getting there. We're sort of getting through them, and they're brilliant. Got a cracking cast. Including Candice, who'll be. She's also one of the producers on Fright Series as well. So, she's helping us put this stuff together, and then she's got a 10-episode arc that we'll shoot at some point in over the next 12 months, hopefully, when we can
say over the next 12 years, Geoff.
No. So that's pretty much it. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel for those Fright Seer episodes. We'll hopefully, we tend to get a horror on sea every January. We'll hopefully have something screened there this year, but you never can tell. Hopefully we will, because we do love that festival. And we're there most years. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Always keep them guessing.
Oh, and also, obviously, Pete, you can tell about your feature film. It's not new, but it's out there. I've got a feature film called Hosticide that's out there on Amazon Prime. Recently picked up by AMC to be screened somewhere in Europe, which is pretty cool.
And I did a film called Scroll about 10 years ago, I guess, maybe a bit longer, that had Daisy Ridley in it before she was Star Wars' Daisy Ridley. And I did it with my students at the time, and we kind of just did it as a way to kind of get them out of the classroom and doing stuff in the world, and we cast various people, including Daisy Ridley, who then exploded just like Jerry Dandry, and
in a very different way.
And it was made for about 5p, and it's on Amazon Prime.
And also, obviously, we've got to mention Virus Detected as well, which is a horror anthology feature film that we both worked on, that is currently on the festival circuit at the minute, screening in London at the end of the month somewhere, at the Unrestricted View Horror Film Festival.
Excellent.
So, yeah, that's
good. I did see that on IMDb, and I thought, that looks interesting.
Yeah, it's an anthology horror.
Anthology pick.
Yeah.
See, for two people that go, when we say, what are you up to? And they go, well, you've reined off bloody hunters.
We like keeping busy. We do. We like keeping busy.
Just anything to not end up having to speak to your families. I understand.
We've all been there.
Not saying a word.
So go away and watch some of this stuff. Go and watch it all, because it's all good, and stuff that's coming out. When you get the opportunity to see that, do so. But yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking out so much of your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do appreciate it.
First time foursome as well, big man. First time foursome.
That's right. Yeah, filthy. I think I did. Genuinely arousing. I think I did say we'll probably be like 2 hours tops, and I think we've been about 3.5 hours. So really do appreciate your time. So yeah, go away and look, go through all the stuff that I put in the show notes, and you'll find all their bits and pieces. But for now, he's been John, I've been Planty. This pair, well, they've been Geoff and Pete, and this has been 103 things that we learned from Fright Night. See ya.
See you guys.